I'm Julie Dillamith, and this is my book, Mapping My Day. Mapping My Day is about a girl named Flora who loves to draw and loves drawing maps. And for everything that happens in her day, she draws a map to tell that story. So I hope that it inspires you to draw your own maps and tell your own stories about your day, or you can make up whatever you want, but using maps to tell a story. So Mapping My Day, written by me, illustrated by Laura Wood, and published by Imagination Press, which is the children's imprint of the American Psychological Association. My day begins with the sun in my face. The sun rises in the east, so guess which direction my bedroom window faces? Can you see there's some yellow sun rays slanting across her bed, hitting her right in the face? All right, sun rises in the east, so her bedroom window, does it face east? Here she draws a map of her house. Okay, so let me take you through this map. It says our house. Here's her garage, my parents' room, the kitchen, the living room, the bathroom, my brother's room, and then my room. And she's drawn the sun, and she's drawn those sun rays coming right into her bedroom, right on her bed. And then this says the cardinal directions are north, south, east, and west. So we have a compass rose here. North, this is a north up map, so that direction is north. Down here is south, west over here, east over here. All right, so her bedroom window is facing east, where the sun is. And she says, that's how I learned the cardinal directions so early. Too early, if you ask me. It's so early in the morning. When I hear my brother's door open, I bolt to the bathroom to get there first. And I can because my room is 4 steps closer to the bathroom than his. This map is to scale, so you can see exactly how many steps closer my bedroom is. All right, so if you look closely, you can see those little squares. This is graph paper. And she says the map scale shows you how to measure. In this map, 1 square is equal to 1 step. Count them up. All right, let's count. So here's her brother's room. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 steps to the bathroom. And Flora has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's how she can get there first. Today, before breakfast, I need to use my secret treasure map. My brother keeps stealing my fancy hair bows, so they are going into my treasure chest. This is how I got started making maps in the first place. I found a treasure chest box in the garage one day and filled it with my most special things. I picked a spot in the backyard and buried it, but I needed a map to remember how to find it again. My brother tried to find my treasure once, but he didn't have the map. After my brother dug 5 holes around the yard, Dad got mad and made him stop. Now I want you to look at what's in this landscape here. We've got the doghouse, this big tree, and the table and chair. Okay, we're going to turn the page and we're going to see all of those things in the map. Here it is, the treasure map. It says top secret. All right, and now to find my treasure, you need to know exactly how far to go from the biggest tree in the yard. Starting there, you walk 7 steps east, then 3 steps southeast. X marks the spot. All right, shall we do it? So, find the biggest tree in the yard, that's here, and we're going to walk 7 steps east. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, sort of in the middle of the page there. And then 3 steps southeast, so that's going to be between south and east. So 1, 2, 3, there's X marks the spot. Here's the compass rose, tells us what direction to go in. And that's where she buried her treasure. And this says the biggest tree is a landmark or a one-of-a-kind thing that stands out. So she's using the biggest tree in her yard as a starting place to make her measurements. And she knows that that tree is probably going to stay around for a long time and will always be there to help her locate her treasure with her map. Okay, and here you see there's the table and chair, the doghouse back here, and that tree that you saw from the previous page. We all eat breakfast together every day. Aunt June is visiting, and she's pretty big, so Mom put her where I normally sit. We added an extra chair, and I have to squeeze in next to my brother. You'd think this would be annoying, but... And look what the brother's doing. He's stealing her hair bow and then putting one on the dog right there. So you'd think this would be annoying to squeeze in next to my brother, but I can whisper funny things to him until he snorts milk out of his nose without getting in trouble. And here's her diagram of the table. So table. The squares are symbols that stand for chairs. So here are the chairs around the table. The arrow symbol goes from the old seat to the new seat. So here's where she used to sit before her aunt came to visit. And now the arrow points to where her new seat is, right next to her brother. Then it's off to school. When Dad drives, we go straight through town. But Mom hates traffic lights, so when she drives, we go a longer way that has only one light. It actually takes the same amount of time. All right. I love these illustrations. I love the dog in the front seat. And then you see what her brother's doing with the fishing rod? He's trying to steal her hair bow from the back seat. And now here is a map of getting to school. Dad's route and Mom's are in different colors to tell them apart. I also drew in my favorite landmark, the cow on top of McCorkle's ice cream factory. That's right here. And you know, the city that I live in has an old ice cream factory that has a cow on top of it. So that's why I added that in there. The legend shows you which route is which. So the red line is Mom's route and the green line is Dad's. So Mom goes this way to avoid the traffic lights, and Dad goes this way. All right, and you can look at this map, you can see all the other streets, and there are other ways that they could drive to school. So you could find a map of your town or city and find your house and find your school and see how many different ways that you could get to school. Could be a fun activity to do. Now here we are at school. The playground is my favorite place at school, and the slide is my favorite thing on the playground. But remember that the sun rises in the east? Well, it sets in the west, which means trouble at the slide. Now I want you to notice everything in this landscape. You've got the slide, the school buildings back here, some big trees, the sandbox, the swings. So we're going to turn the page and see her map of everything, and all of this stuff is going to be in her map. There it is. So you have the sandbox, the slide, the swings, the trees, the school building. All right. Now she says, look at all that shade northeast of the trees. So here in the legend, this color means shade. So she's drawn in all the shade that happens, and she's drawn in the sun to show you where the sun is. The slide is too far south, and it faces west, right into the sun. It's actually kind of southwest. If you look at the compass rose, the slide is facing southwest, right into the sun. By afternoon recess, the slide is baking in the sun and it burns my legs. Has this ever happened to you? It's happened to me. Guess what I wrote about it? I buried a bunch of maple tree seeds to make more shade, but they aren't growing fast enough. Where are Jack's magic beans when you need them? Can you guess where I planted the tree seeds? Look at the cardinal directions on the compass rose. Hint, to make shade, they need to go between the sun and the slide. All right, so if you wanted to plant a tree to grow up to make some shade, where would you put it? Between the sun and the slide, right about there. And we look at the legend, and that says maple tree seeds, those green dots right there. And then she says, did you guess right? The legend tells you that the green dots show where the seeds are planted. After school, we go to my grandma's for a few hours. She has an agility course in her backyard. That's an obstacle course for dogs. Her poodle Priscilla wins all kinds of competitions. When my brother and I play agility dog show, I usually do all the winning, unless Priscilla plays with us. So here we go. There's a obstacle course for dogs. And there's jumps, there's things to weave through, and Flora and her brother love doing this too. And you could set up an agility course or an obstacle course in your yard or even in your living room with your parents' permission and supervision. You can put some things together to climb over, climb under, through, around, and set up a fun thing like this. Okay, and I want you to notice here, look at, this is her grandma's bag, and what's Flora pulling out of it? A hair bow. So this is where she's getting her fancy hair bows. They actually belong to Priscilla, her grandma's dog. All right, so let's turn the page and see the map of this agility course. The course is tricky because you have to do everything in just the right order. The route is marked from start to finish. So here's the start. And so you go over this first jump, you go around here, up and down this sort of teeter-totter ramp thing. You go in and out of the poles. You go through the hoop, around here, through the arches, up and over the ramp, over the jumps, and through the tunnel to the finish line. All right, so you could make your own obstacle course, and then you can draw a map and draw the route. Back at home, we have dinner, I do my homework, and then it's time for bed. Sometimes I go to amazing places in my dreams. I'll draw a map of them for you tomorrow. And there she is, her hair bows safely on her nightstand. The end. And if you have the book, there are some activities you can do here, but also there are some that you can print out at home. So ask your parents to print out this, you can draw your own map in this space. There's a map legend mix-up. There's Trace the Route, where you can find different ways to get from Flora's house to the library. And then there's some graph paper here, so you can do a comparison map to look at things with actual distances in your house or your backyard. So I hope this inspires you to do some of your own map drawing. Have fun with it. And thank you for joining me. Again, I'm Julie Delamith, and if you want more information about my books, or if you want the link to download and print those activity pages, it's www.juliedelamith.com. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.